My name is Zeke Silvani. I'm the Chief Revenue Officer here at Converted Marketing. So I'll run the product, the marketing, and the sales teams here. And what we do is we do all the digital marketing and advertising for law firms, and specifically for small and solo law firms. Our core principles are easy, effective, and affordable. So everything we do has to fit those three design principles. So whether it's websites, whether it's pay-per-click campaigns, whether it's call answering or anything related to that, we strive to build solutions that are easy and effective and affordable for small and solo law firms. One of the things that we learned early on was that even though we were driving high quality calls and callers to our law firms through our pay-per-click campaigns, was that because these folks are busy or in court, or maybe they're talking with a client, and again, we serve small and solo law firms who don't have a huge intake staff, that means that they were missing a good amount of their calls. We didn't know exactly how much they were, but every time we would have a consultation or a call with one of our clients, we would use CallRail to go down the list and just listen to the calls with them and notice that on average, anecdotally, about a third of them were being missed, right? So we met the amazing folks at Smith.ai and created a partnership where we are creating a service where we'll say, you know what, we'll drive the calls to your firm, but then we'll also pick them up because we know you're busy. We have a really important mantra here, which is speed to lead. We know that the folks that are interested enough to search for, let's say, bankruptcy attorney, best bankruptcy attorney in Atlanta or something, they go to our, either their website or their landing page that we set up for them, and they actually call the office. That's a really high quality lead. If you let that go to voicemail, what's going to happen? A, we all know that most people won't call them back, to be realistic. But B, more importantly, that lead is going to go right back to Google, go to the second person on the list, and call that firm, right? So we knew we had to put a solution in place so that wouldn't happen. So after implementing this product, which we call Conversion Pro, we've noticed a dramatic increase in value, both for the law firms that we serve, but for ourselves as well. So how does that happen? Like I mentioned before, we're driving really high quality callers to our firms. They're actually retaining more of these folks because of the call answering Conversion Pro service. We have an amazing intake script. We're asking, really fantastic questions that has the lead really engaged. And at the end of that call, we're actually booking a consultation onto the attorney's calendar. So it really couldn't get any better than that, right? Well, it could get better. The best actual outcome is that the phone call comes in and the attorney is available, right? Our Conversion Pro product for the call answering is basically used as a stopgap, as insurance in case they're not available. What we've found is we're having actually way fewer calls with our clients saying, hey, your leads aren't generating clients, this and that, even though we are generating really high quality leads, because more of these folks are, even if they're not available, they'll end up on the attorney's calendar, right? So there's less doubt about how much value us as a marketing agency provides to our folks, because they're seeing it. They're seeing it firsthand. They're seeing it in terms of the lead notifications that they get with the script, and the translation, not the translation, the transcription of the conversation, plus the actual appointment on their calendar, right? Those are two really valuable things. And then obviously for us, our churn rate has gone down for our clients, like for us, right? Because we're not having to have these difficult conversations anymore as a result of this amazing partnership that we have. The most value that we get from Smith.ai is consistency, right? So we get exactly what Smith.ai tells us we're going to get, right? And we've worked with other call answering providers in the past. That has not always been the case. So in a strange way, the most unexpected value or benefit has been us getting exactly what we are expecting. And I just want to highlight that because it's so valuable, especially when planning for the future, planning on growth. We're growing really fast, and we wouldn't be able to do that, or I wouldn't feel comfortable doing that if we didn't have the partners that we have, that we know are reliable, consistent, and will always be there for. Okay, so what would I say to other marketing agencies or other owners interested in a service like this, like call answering? sarcastically, I might say, don't do it, right? Don't do it. Leave the secret for ourselves. We're the only ones that can do this. That's why we provide such amazing value to our customers. But all joking aside, I think the important thing is to look at where in the sales life cycle, like in your client's marketing and sales life cycle, do you live? So we're pretty upstream, right? We drive high quality leads to our clients. But it's important to look in both directions, right? What's upstream of us and what's downstream of us, and then think of ways where you can add value in each of those directions strategically, right? And then you have the choice of whether you can do it yourself, so build or buy, right? We could stand up a call answering room here, and take all these calls ourselves, but it's been more effective, it's been cheaper, and it's been more higher quality when we partnered with Smith.ai. So that's what I would say to anybody who's considering doing something like this with a partner like Smith.ai. So the way that we use CallRail is by essentially adding call tracking numbers through DNI to every single campaign we do. We offer a ton of different services, like I mentioned before, from local SEO to websites to pay-per-click campaigns and local service ads. And in order to know what's performing and what's not, we have to have call tracking on each of those different channels and the different campaigns, so we can analyze it later. One of the things that we strive to do is make everything easy, right? Like I said before, everything is turnkey, it's easy, effective, affordable. And the easy piece means that at the agency side of things, so we will actually tweak and make strategic decisions on the campaigns of our clients on their behalf, unless they want to actually get involved and have a call with us, or be involved in strategy. But 90% don't, right? All they want are high quality leads. They want cases, they want business, they want revenue, right? So if it's working, then it's great. They don't have to get involved, they don't want to get involved. Call tracking and DNI specifically enables us to be able to do all that on behalf of our clients. Because we use CallRail to analyze the performance of all of our campaigns, and not just in terms of number of leads and all that, but the actual conversations that are being had. And like I said before, anecdotally, we had assumed somewhere about 30% of the calls were being missed. But then we went into a really structured analytical, went into an exercise of actually measuring what percentage of these phone calls are being missed, right? And we can do that through CallRail. Because you can export all the data, you can really do some granular stuff there. And what we found was, I'll actually give you the stat for last month, right? Because we just had our monthly business review, and this is one of the key stats that we cover, which is of the phone calls that are coming in, and now specifically for the folks that do have call answering with us through Smith.ai, 55% of the phone calls are not being transferred to the attorneys because they're not available. So the Smith.ai agents will handle those calls. That's 55%, right? That's a staggeringly high number. And that just tells me that we're adding so much value here, right? If that number were 5%, 10%, then the majority of the calls are being picked up by Smith and then just transferred over to the attorney. That's okay, but it's not really adding a ton of value, right? Because it's more than half, that means that more than half of our leads, because they're so high quality, would have gone back to Google and called somebody else. We know that, right? We know that's what would happen. So without this partnership between CallRail and Smith.ai and Converted Marketing, those leads would be dropped, and we wouldn't be able to recommend this specific service. Again, it's called Conversion Pro. It's just what we branded it for ourselves, to our clients. Our clients that have this service, they are happier, they spend more with us, and they churn at a lower rate. So, this has been a home run for us at Converted Marketing. Another unique way that we use CallRail to solve some problems for our customers is actually by going back and listening to some of the calls that they pick up, right? So lawyers went to law school, they didn't go to business school, they're not salespeople for the most part, but sales is a critical component of running a successful business, especially when you're a solo entrepreneur, like some of these solo law firms. So what we'll do, because we have so much experience in this area, is that taking, again, that bankruptcy example, right? Somebody types in best bankruptcy attorney in Atlanta or wherever you are, and we'll together with our client listen to how they approach that phone call, and we'll actually give them tips on what to say, on what not to say, best practices that we've, generated, aggregated over our, 10, 12 plus years of being in business exclusively with law firms, just to help them, coach them a little bit about how to increase their close rate or the number of clients that they retain from our clients. That wouldn't be possible if all the calls weren't recorded, which you obviously have to opt in, but a lot of our clients do that, especially when they're looking for this type of coaching. So that's also been a really valuable thing that we've been able to provide to our clients. One of the things that we found with the folks that do use our Conversion Pro service, which includes the call answering aspect through Smith.ai, is that they're happier, and as a result, they're happier. They see more value, right, and they churn less frequently, right. So they leave our program less frequently. One of the things that we've done, and this is going to be different for every agency, and I'm not going to recommend it because I don't know what applies to you, but we'll actually offer the first month of call answering for free. So we will pay for it, we'll subsidize it, because we know that it impacts the churn rates down the line. We offer for free for the first month. It's a month-to-month contract for our clients, so if they don't like it or if they don't want to pay for it, they don't have to. But we've seen that product stick. The stick rate is a really high number, right? So we are super comfortable offering that and moving that out of beta and doing it kind of more permanently, because it's had such a great value to our agency, to the bottom line. If you are a smaller solo law firm, or if you know anybody, right, that's a smaller solo lawyer and they're interested in growing their business and generating leads, growing revenue, or need any type of digital marketing, convertitmarketing.com, and we will take care of them.